I'm very, very excited to talk to you today. This film is so interesting because, there's always hope, but there's always so much like there's such a somber feeling to this too. I mean, everything about the characters is about hope, but kind of a subdued as well. I mean, did you kind of feel that about the story that there's a lesson learned, but there's always always a tiny grain of hope?
It's a really grown-up sci-fi space movie. It has the thrills and spills, it has the action, it has all that great stuff you want from this kind of movie, but it's also really thoughtful and cerebral and poignant. And that's what I really love about it. I'm always looking for content that can not only entertain me but make me think as well. And when you watch The Midnight Sky, you see yourself reflected in it. It makes you think about your own relationship with connection to not only humanity but your family, but also how we're treating the planet. And I think if you can fit all of that into a movie, you're definitely doing something.
So talk about being a person in outer space that's also conducted by George Clooney, who has some space time himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit like doing a gangster movie with Robert De Niro, isn't it? I mean, George Clooney, having done both Gravity and Solaris, he's an expert, and that really, really was incredibly useful. He knew the kind of training we needed to do in order to be able to do the stunts. There's a really magnificent set piece where we do a spacewalk in the movie, and that took a lot of preparation. His work on Gravity really helped us as actors understand what we needed to do in order to achieve that. And so it was really great to be working with someone who you felt very safe in their hands, because obviously we're not in space, we're on a sound stage. You don't know how it's going to look, but it's really great to have someone with you who knows exactly how it's supposed to look.
So, as someone who's George is someone who you feel could sell you anything. How did he first sell you the story and the idea of Midnight Sky? I mean, how did he explain the story to you?
Well, firstly, he's George Clooney. He didn't have to sell me anything. They had me at George Clooney. But what when I got on the phone with George, what really made me even more excited than I already was that I could tell he was being very thoughtful about how he wanted to approach the story. And not only that, he really wanted the participation and contribution of his actors. I mean, my character's name was originally Commander Tom Harper. I'm a very proud Nigerian, and this crew has been tasked with essentially saving humanity. I said, I'd love to throw in a Nigerian name there. I like the idea of an African being part of saving humanity. I haven't seen that before in a movie, and he allowed me to change my character's name to Commander Adewale, which is a Nigerian name. And I know that may seem like a small thing, but if you're an African, it's a big thing. And it's things like that, including watching George incorporate Felicity Jones's actual pregnancy into the movie and how much richer that made the film as well. So he's someone who not only takes the script and elevates it, but uses other people's ideas to do the same as well.
And that was one of the great things about this story as well is, not only are you in space, not only are, things dire, but the hope is, love and relationship and the fear of losing everything too. I mean, did you really enjoy that? How did you first talk about that with Felicity in this relationship?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, the film really at its heart is about connection. You look at George Clooney's character in this, and he's filled with regret because he sacrificed connection, you could argue, because of his ambition. And here, Felicity and I, in many ways, you have to ask yourself, why would two people or these five people want to leave Earth for 2 years? Yes, it's to go and save humanity, but are they running away from something? And the beautiful thing about it is they leave Earth. It takes leaving Earth for these two people to find each other and fall in love and now start a family. And so in many ways, what George's character has sacrificed is what Felicity and my character gain by being out in space together, which is love and a family.
Fantastic. Well, I want to thank you very much. We're so excited for this film, and I don't know if you're getting ready yet, exercise-wise, for Sugar Ray, but I look forward to that world too. I know it's going to be a hard one for you too, but I thank you, and I hope you.
I was training this morning, so yeah, that's it's no joke.
No doubt. Well, have a great day, and I hope you and yours are healthy and well.
Thank you. You too.
Pleasure.